people start talking about Ansible, talking about Firebase, talking about Android, it's just like they're talking about some things that are high up there. But inadvertently, I think one thing I think we all need to be very proud of here in Nigeria and what we're doing right now is how strong our communities are. So just a few statistics, like when we talked about trying to cover Sub-Saharan Africa, there are about 48 countries that I basically have to take a look at what they're doing, assess the developer ecosystems, interact with their developers, interact with their startups, find out what they're doing, and try and connect them to opportunities at Google, whether there are opportunities for individual developers, opportunities for development, opportunities for scaling up, or even opportunities for investment. And by all means, Nigeria stands high above everyone else. So you guys should give yourselves a round of applause. I know it's also, sometimes people come here and ask, what am I really doing here? So I could say 4 or 5 years ago when I attended my first GDGLagos or GDGLagos Nigeria, I think it was in GDGLagos, I always used to wonder, why am I even doing this? I could just go on YouTube, download some videos, read some code labs. I mean, back then, I think Emeka Figo was just a GDG organizer, Femi was probably a student. And then 5, 10 years down the line, Emeka has come, spent 4 years at Google, gone on to other great things, Femi's running the company, he's now a Google developer expert. And oftentimes when you interact with other people from other countries or you travel out of the country, you look back and ask yourself, was it just getting on an Okada, jumping a bus, and heading to GDGLagos to be part of the community that took me this far? And the truth about it is, yes. So while we come to events like this, or we follow people on Twitter, the most important thing, demo may not work as usual, and demo is never going to work. But I think one of the biggest opportunities we have here is that feeling of community. And if I want to say anything about that, I think it's very important that we appreciate the networking opportunity we get when we come to events like this. And I think no one should ever relent. Any event, I was I'm well known for attending all sorts of events, like when we say business, startup, Google, Microsoft, Facebook. We're just literally like jumping around. But when you go to places, you meet people that can end up, you can work with, you can do business with, and give you referrals, your first job, your first big break. So it's very important that when you come here and you don't come with the attitude of, what am I even going to learn, or what are they going to show me, I'm already an expert. Well, being an expert or having technological knowledge is 20% or 30% of the gain or the opportunities you can have from being here. The more important things are knowing people one-on-one. You shop on Conga, but you have no idea that the guy that makes Conga work is sitting in front of you. Maybe you're building your own e-commerce platform and you want to find out how you guys deploying Magento, or you stopped using Magento and you're building your own system. Why did you do that? You're never going to get answers to those questions all the time on Twitter, Facebook, or email, or just sitting in your house and watching some YouTube videos and reading documentation. You get answers to such questions when you meet people here. And when those people know what you're doing, if someone leaves the organization and needs to go on to something else, they will remember, who was that guy that asked me that question, or who I've been having email conversation with. And somebody shoot you an email and ask you, hey, what are you up to? Do you want to come and join us? Do you want to work with us temporarily? Or somebody came to me and said, I should come and do a gig, but I'm too busy with my work at Conga, so will you be able to set up an e-commerce platform for somebody else? So I think it's really very important that we continue doing what we're doing here. We take advantage of all the opportunities. The amazing thing is that right here in this room, maybe from a position of privilege, I see a lot of very powerful people in this room that some people don't know about. Some people don't even know how far these guys have gone, how boxed up they are. Some people here don't hammer and they're not even talking about it. But I think it's very important that maybe at the end of the event, when they're having network meetings, walk up to people, share what you do, talk about what's going on. Some people are also on the brink of something very fantastic. I do remember some time ago, like 3-4 months ago, we had, I think there was an event going on here at CC Hub. I think it was a hackathon put together by, I think, Intel or IBM, and then I just joined the team. And nobody on that team knew at that time that I knew I had just been hired by Google, right? And I was living in startup. So you never know. When you walk in here, meet people, interact with them, you'll be shocked how who they know, what they do, what kind of requests they have, the kind of contacts and access they have. And for that reason, I really want to encourage everyone to be very active in the community and take full advantage of opportunities like this. Before I kind of like open up to questions, a lot of times people ask you, okay, you have this very long title, the developer, program manager, ecosystem, Sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, sometimes I don't get it wrong. What do you really do? So basically, as one knows, Google is kind of like a large company, right? And if you take it from the point of view of what people say unicorns, you know, companies with like 1 billion users, I think Google has 7 products that have 1 billion users or more. In addition to that, Google is also a company where if a product is launched and it doesn't get to 100 million or 200 million users, they're probably going to shut it down immediately, right? So Google kind of like operates at scale. For that reason, many of the things that we want to do here in Africa, many of the things that are happening around the world, if we're not doing them at scale, it's not going to happen here. I'm not very happy to say that we don't have an engineering office in Nigeria. Probably they have an engineering office in India that's probably employing like 10,000 engineers or more. Probably have an engineering office in India, and I mean in Europe, Zurich, and then in Mountain View, right? I had a trip to Silicon Valley, and when I go into the Google office, I'll say this without mincing words, I was very hurt. Those who traveled with me can say the same thing. I think about probably 60,000 people in that office, and probably 40,000 of them, 30,000 of them are either Indian or Chinese, or Indian or Asian. So you don't even really expect to walk in there and see a white man or the Igbo man. You just see the average Asian or Chinese people. And they're probably doing very well, probably sending great money back home, probably living very good lives. So I think my take on that is, let's try as much as possible to key into the kind of programs we have. Google has kind of like defined programs. That's what I'm talking about, scale. It's only when there are numbers that matter, that they care about you. If there's only one startup doing well that has raised $10 million in Nigeria, they're not going to have more investors coming here. You have only one very good developer or 2 Google developer experts, people that have raised the bar, they're very good, and they're very active in the community. Nobody's going to give us any attention. So as much as possible, we've got the greatest force education opportunity in the world. It's the internet. Prices are coming down thanks to organic and the rest. You know, things are crashing. So bandwidth is becoming cheaper, resources are becoming more available. The simplest thing you can do for yourself is use those resources. I think Femi might have a couple of videos on DVD, code labs and stuff. You're going to get a hold of this thing. When you get a hold of this iOS 16 extended or iOS 16 videos, what's going to happen next year? Are you going to be the first person in Africa to get the newly announced Google Android certification? Are you going to build a web app or a Firebase app that is going to be like the first well-known app that we can showcase? We're looking for those opportunities to say, this is what came out of Nigeria, this is what came out of Kenya, this is what came out of South Africa. And I kid you not, if you get featured on the Play Store, you know what that means to your downloads. If you get featured on any of the Google marketing materials, you know what that means in terms of users, investors, people knocking on your door. And then lots of opportunities that will come your way. So please, Google Developer Program is a very important program. GDGLagos is pretty active. We've got great members, we've got great thought leaders. We do have a Google Developer Expert, only one in Nigeria. The Experts Program is Google's way of recognizing people who have 2 very strong abilities. One is their technical ability, there's no doubt, whether it's cloud, whether it's web, whether it's Android. And the second one, which is kind of peculiar to Google, and you may not see this in other companies, is your community activity. Because like you were talking about the Ansible Galaxy, I mean, people just go do stuff and put it there for free so that you can come and use it. So people who are able to give back to the community do a lot for us. And in Google, we recognize those kind of people. So if you want to become a Google Developer Expert, if you feel you're an expert, walk up to me. You can only be nominated by another expert or by a Googler. And when we go through the process, we have to look at those 2 pillars of the kind of work or the kind of person you are. Your technical ability and your commitment to the community. You also have to be a speaker. Not everyone can speak in front of, I mean, I'm not very good at that, I'm still learning. but it could be your activity on Stack Overflow, how many stars your projects have on GitHub. It could be you do YouTube videos, how to do this, you write blog posts, and those your blog posts get, what, 200 views, 2,000 views, 20,000 views. But generally, the strength of your technical ability from Google's perspective is the fact that you're very good and you're very committed to giving back. And nowhere else in the world do we need this more than anything than here in Nigeria and across Africa. We need heroes that can come out, be role models, and can also guide people to come up. Google is also very diversity sensitive, so we have a special program called Women Tech Makers. This year we had our first International Women's Day Summit, sometime I think in March, and I've seen a few people in the room who presented there. We now have like a membership program for ladies, so whether you're in your early career, you're an expert, or you're looking for opportunities, I just urge you to go to womentechmakers.com. There's a membership portfolio there. If you know any ladies who are in tech, please encourage them. So there's always a lot of opportunities for women to advance their careers, and as the program continues to be developed, once again, if there are no numbers from Sub-Saharan Africa, probably going to overlook us. For instance, IWD Summit, which we had a lot of people coming in from Google X and the rest, they didn't want to do any summit in Africa. They just felt, okay, well, Africa is just one continent down there. They're trying, you know. But I mean, when they saw the overwhelming response and the quality of speakers, quality of attendees from here, in fact, outside the US, Nigeria had the highest number of registrations, the highest number of attendees, and then the highest quality of customers of attendee satisfaction. And just because of that, next year, they're probably going to do 3 or more IWT events across Africa. And this is all about opening opportunities and connecting people to greater stuff. So with our experts program, with our community programs for Google developer groups, and for the women tech makers, and also for those of us who have startups, there's a program Google calls Launchpad, which is kind of like a virtual accelerator. We still don't have enough people to push into the program. Companies either that have started and have achieved product market fit or are trying to expand their business. Every time we make the case, I think on Monday another Launchpad Accelerator is starting. Probably what they call the Launchpad Week. I think it's starting in the US. And probably about 40 or 50 companies from India, Brazil, Indonesia, and Mexico are going to Silicon Valley for a 2-week boot camp where they'll meet mentors, they'll meet amazing companies, they'll be introduced to technology. If you're working on a product, Firebase or Android, and you're having like an issue, then the person who will be resolving your issue will not be me, or Femi, or Moi. You'll probably be the guy who wrote the code, and then he'll be sitting down to you, and then you can give him feedback, and then he can tell you a lot of tips and tricks about how you can scale your product or how your product can get better. So these opportunities, as they open up, they will only open up to communities and people who are technically sound and who are doing a lot of very good stuff. So now that we have all the information out there, I really want to encourage you to continue being very active in the community, kind of like let's know you so that we can open up some of these opportunities to you. And as well, please skill up, improve your technical background, take these videos, you know, smash them out, cover out, improve on your app quality, do everything that you need to do. If you're building games, if you're building apps, try and get all the knowledge that is possibly available out there. We can do it. I know we've been cramming since primary 1 from your 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6. It's nothing different, right? So I think we already have the capacity back home here to really do amazing stuff with kind of knowledge that is now available and accessible to everyone. So that's the long and short of my speech here. Please be very active in the community and continue taking your technical skills and finally kind of like, let's get to know you. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? I probably can take 3 or 4 questions, apart from the question about how do you get hired at Google. So every other question I'm available to answer, and then probably after the networking session, we can also meet. Any questions?
If I may, okay. Let's just sideways here.
Okay, so we can just take like 3 questions and then I'll answer them after the questions is there.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nami. I'm into research. Actually, I wanted to ask about some certain things which has to do with space technology. Recently, I'm doing research on astrodynamics that has to do with the movement of space. Does Google have any kind of opportunity like that? For example, I was wondering, far back 2004 when they said Nigerian satellite communication would lost the orbit. And we have, based on my statistics, it's very hard for us to see an average Nigerian field in that area. Is there any opportunity like that? Any other questions?
So when you say any other, if there are any opportunities along that line, not that I know of. So the closest thing you would say to things around, well, so there are two public branches of Google, let me put it that way, that could obscure these in the alphabet. One is within Google, we have what we call Google Research, and Google Research really does a lot of stuff. I do know there are some projects that are running to map the universe and stuff like that. Never delved into it. It's not something I'm really very interested in or focused on. And then I know we do have this moonshot kind of company called Google X, which is kind of like part of Alphabet. And Google X does some really amazing stuff. And like we said, during the, see that's the good thing about being involved in the community and trying to drive this. During the Women Tech Makers events, we had two ladies from Google X, right? Okay, yeah. We had two ladies who worked with Google X, who came specifically to Nigeria. And maybe if you were a lady and then you were registered for that event, you'd have had a fantastic opportunity to find out what they're doing with satellites, low Earth orbiting satellites, and the Google balloons and stuff like that. But yes, there's a lot of information out there. First of all, you can probably just Google to find stuff you're looking for. But whether directly there's any research project or grants or opportunities you can latch onto, I think first of all, what we usually do is, if you have a query, if you have an opportunity, that's why I'm here. I basically represent all the products. I will have to find out a little more about what you're doing, and then if I do find any research or any volunteers on the other side who want to work with you, who want to point you in the right direction, then I will contact you and then I'll connect both of you. But usually, the best thing is to tell what you're doing. I do the research, and then if I see an opportunity and a willing Googler or anybody else, then you can get connected. But just point you to the resources you need. So please feel free to see me after, and then I can give you my card.
Thank you so much for inspiring speech. I want to ask some questions that has really bothered me for some time now. I looked at global recruitment process, and you need to do a lot of algorithms and data structure, so you need to be technically very, very sound. And also you need to know some functional programming languages and all. What do you think is the difference between us being a part of Google and being in the ecosystem for a while now? What do you think is the difference between Nigerian developers? Because you said you went to Silicon Valley and you see a lot of folks from India and folks from China, Asian. So what do you think is the difference between those folks and an average Nigerian developer? And how can we bridge that gap? How can we sensitize folks in meetups like this and leveraging on meetups like this on the need to that part of technical aspect? Because as much as programming is an art, when you learn by doing so many stuff, how about the science part of it? Actually going to school to actually learn from it. From people that have some things that are necessary to learn. So how do we bridge that gap, and how do we operate these things in our meetups? Because a lot of meetups that I go for, I've not been to a lot, but once I go for it, they just talk about the new product, what's new, what you should learn, and all that, technology stacks, latest technology. They don't really talk about how, because that's true research comes in all that. True invention also comes in knowing all the basic, the foundational stuff. How do we incorporate that moving forward in our meetups?
So actually, that's actually a very good question, and a question I'm very passionate about. So I would say the first problem, the first challenge we have is our educational system. But when I want to talk about the educational system, I think I need to add a little bit of context, right? So I didn't go to any of the very fantastic schools like everything I went to in Nigeria. So I didn't go to GDGLagos or I school to University of Rio, and even though I had some extra years and all sorts of other stuff on strike, I did finish school probably about 13, 14 years ago, right? 2002, 2003. And at that time, I would say what we were learning in engineering and computer science in University of Rio back then was miles behind what was being taught probably in GDGLag and UI, right? And of recent, I think I have seen a lot more successful or succeeding developers coming out of the private schools, coming at Babcock, and I suspect that the curriculum is slightly different, and probably or the communities or the way the developers organize themselves within those schools is a little bit more practical. So I still need to do a little bit of research and fact finding on that, and I'll get to that. But the first thing I would say is that our curriculum is broken, right? And if you compare what you're learning in the school with what you're seeing probably on schools outside Nigeria, or if you have the opportunity or the tenacity to do things like Coursera or EDX, or do any of those courses that are globally available, you'll see there's a big gap. But where I would like to come at this problem from, or how I would approach it, is first things first, I think there are two big issues. One is you actually need to learn the language properly, and it doesn't really matter whether you're learning Python, C#, JavaScript. Apart from drag and drop and putting things together and spinning up WordPress and Drupal sites like I used to do, you actually need to know a language very well. Whatever language it is, that's fine. You should know your language inside out. And then, as much as possible, so you probably will come from building something, you build your first app, build your first website, and a lot of people build their first website and just continue building only website. They never really want to know what's the nitty-gritty behind. You saw what Celestine was saying about going to really, it's not just being able to say Heroku push or Heroku push master or stuff like that. At some point you need to ask yourself, what are the internals of these things? You need to be very inquisitive, you need to find out what's going on behind. When it comes to things around the recruitment process and things that would be gotchas, I can tell you for free that I think recruitment process is not rocket science, even for software engineers. But there are two very important basics in any engineering position, especially in a company that is really doing core engineering, which is algorithms and data structures. You really need to know algorithms and data structures from the first principles, know them very well, know read everything, be able to differentiate stuff, right? You know, hash tables, maps, dictionaries, whatever language, whatever paradigm you're coming from, you need to know those stuff. If you don't know those stuff, you find yourself struggling when you're in an interview. And in all honesty, most times, every interview, they will ask you the basics of the simple things. They want to see what you've done, how much you've achieved, how much traction you've gotten, how much knowledge you have. Maybe the fact that you got it from Stanford and Harvard will give you an advantage. But in all honesty, the recruitment questions, especially the first few stages of the intro to your interview, they are so simple that if you fail those questions, you probably will not be able to do the more advanced stuff. So for people who have built big apps and integrated with payment systems and all that, who really don't understand data structures, I think you're actually very dangerous to come in and I want to hire you. So as long as it's like a two-track thing, as you try to sustain yourself and build an application, put it on the table, build a website or an app, take a little bit of a detour, not because you're trying to complete a project, and try to understand basic algorithms, data structures, think of fantastic ways to solve all sorts of algorithms. Maybe it's just the feasible problem, right? There probably, I saw someone trying to use machine learning to solve the feasible problem and that. I think that was just an overkill, right? I think you saw that post. I think it was an overkill, but you just be impressed an interviewer, right? So the basics are very important. As much as possible, build something so you have an application of technology and you can put it on your table, so to speak, get a job, do something, deliver a project. But on the parallel track, try to get to the bottom of this. I know there's some also fantastic organizations, I don't want to call them schools, that are really doing a lot around training high quality developers, and maybe they can tell me a lot more about how well they are training programs. Someone's laughing. Yeah. Okay.
That's what the more question.
Thank you for the presentation. I want to know if there is a group, like say Google Plus group, where people can hang out to chat and gist or just catch up on what's going on. If such a group exists, and if it exists, I'd like to know so that I can also join. Thank you.
I think you're one of such groups, and I'd rather hand over this question to answer.
I'm very happy you asked that question because it gives me an opportunity to sell the Google Developers Group. Okay, so this event is organized, it was organized by the Google Developers Group. The Google Developers Group is the organized events around technology, talk about stuff, code, labs, sessions, hackathons and stuff like that. Now, all of this usually happens through a mailing list, right? Because we see that seems to be the most engaging platform we found, but we know that we should also expand. So there's a mailing list. Did you register for this event?
Yeah, I did.
If you did register for this event, I just see a show of hands so that afterwards we can see and okay. Right. That's fantastic. So just if you go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/GDGLagos. It will take you straight to the mailing list and you can join it, and then you get updates on any events or challenges or competitions or hackathons that are going on. How many of us use Slack? Yeah. A good number. Should we create a Slack channel? I mean, Slack.
Yes. Everybody should create a Slack.
All right. No better validation than people saying yes. Okay. So we'll definitely create a Slack channel, probably called, what is you can reach that? The Slack.com, right? So we'll go ahead and do that.
So there's something else I want to add, and this is from my personal experience of being a member of Google developer communities. I think I'm 2 or 3 communities. So first of all, the questions on GDGLagos are usually very well read. Like, people look at them, really influential people look at them. But you will not get comments or responses if you don't ask tangible questions, or if you come there to, brag or give yourself high five about the latest thing you've just done. I mean, you've seen that happen even on things like other forums like Read and all that, not specific to that. Second thing is that Google developer groups, the mailing lists and communities are not restricted to Google technologies. So when Celestine was kind of presenting, he was so afraid of mentioning other names, but we're not against other names so far as they are open, right? So if you're working on anything on open technologies, if you're interested in any directions around machine learning and stuff like that, I can tell you that if you come to any of those groups and ask tangible questions, oftentimes what I do on that group, and please don't hold that against me, if I see a very important question or something that really strikes a chord, then I respond privately to that person. So if you think there's no activity going on that group, you may be very, very mistaken. It's not that sometimes people who are quite busy, some of these experts, or people who have jobs and deadlines, just to kind of reduce the amount of inbox wahala that they go through, they may not necessarily participate actively on the groups and just be following and having arguments about, whether you should use a single equal sign or a double equal. They won't get involved in that. But if you do have genuine, real questions or real opinions, or you want to really get things around mentorship, if you post those questions there, there's some really very exciting people that will respond to you, or people will even forward your mail to someone who ought to have responded and say, yeah, did you see this guy that asked about this or wants to know about this? So the mailing list is actually very active. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah, all right. What's your position regarding further study? I asked you because you mentioned 2 very important things about who you are, your algorithms and your structure. So, what's your position, and also Google, with respect to if you have a degree, if you've had, for instance, an MBA, or if you have any form of certification, what's the position?
Okay, so his question was, what's the position on further study, going on to get maybe an MBA or an MSc in technology? So So this is a very controversial question. So off the record, I'm answering this question as Aniedi and not as a Google developer manager, Google program manager. But first, so I think education is pretty expensive, right? So if you can afford it or you get an opportunity, there is no harm going to and do an MSc or an MTech or another BSc. Now, the kind of opportunities you get from such opportunities of doing a second degree are in countries where Google or other companies have engineering offices, like in the Valley, like in Switzerland, in Ireland, in China, or in Asia, India. Usually you have people who come on campus to recruit people. So you have job fairs, so you have people who come basically, so you don't eventually find those guys flying down here to come and find out what guys are doing in B-Tech, in OAU, and try to hire people or offer them internship opportunities. But in many of those schools, Stanford, Carnegie Mellon, and many of those other schools, not only Google, you get guys from Slack, people who regularly just walk in there and recruit people. Moreover, a lot of companies have referral programs, and just by virtue of the school you finished from, if you do get hired into any of those companies, they just naturally look at the faculty of the school you graduated from as opportunities to conduct job fairs and get other people. So if you do have the opportunity and you can afford it without breaking the bank, I think you should. I'm not generally supportive of the idea of people who resign from their full-time jobs or give up on whatever they are doing just to go and get an MSc or an MBA and know that, oh, once I get an MSc and MBA, I'll come back to Nigeria and earn an arm salary, or I'll just journey proceeding to one of those companies in the Valley. It really doesn't happen. These days, you get into many of those schools and they rope you in, collect your 20, 30, 40,000 pounds, and when you finish training you, unless you're really extremely very good, they just deny your work permit or whatever and then send you back to your country to help develop your country, whatever that means. So, and then there's a lot of stuff that can be learned if you dedicate yourself. Like I said, I don't think anyone in this room, who's an expert, has exhausted all the resources at your disposal to really learn algorithms, data structures. Buy a book, find a mentor, follow someone's code labs, contribute to some open source project. I mean, everyone's talking about machine learning and bots and stuff like that right now. Even Google's biggest, learning algorithm or product, TensorFlow, is fully open source now. So you probably might want to jump on those kind of things and really learn what are the basics of machine learning, where is it going to, how is it going to drive the next wave of technology advancements. Are absolutely going to die for conversational things like bots and AI. Is that really going to happen? So you might jump on some of those threads and not just comment or blog, but you really learn. And you can take a course online on the EDX or Coursera or Udacity or something, and then you find that very valuable. But you need to get discovered, and that's the way you get discovered is by being active on things like GitHub, Stack Overflow, building your own project and putting it out there. There are people I know in Nigeria who are doing a lot of stuff around Laravel and basically writing packages for PHP, Laravel, and then they're contributing to these things and they're getting noticed. People can clearly say I'm the #1 GitHub person in Nigeria, rated #1 on this one, rated #2, or you can see the number of stars or downloads that their projects have. I can imagine what happens in their inboxes, kind of, they get people asking them, can you do this for me, start this. So those opportunities eventually will come along. Yeah. Any other questions? Thank you very much.